What's up, guys? So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Kona airport in Hawaii and Hawaiian Airlines. Let's make our way to the airport and begin this journey. So we're here at the Ellison Onizuka Kona International Airport. The airport was named after a late astronaut who was born on this island. Operating since July 1st, 1970, this airport is currently the busiest airport on the island of Hawaii, and it features a very distinct resort-style atmosphere instead of a traditional big building airport feel. Just a quick heads up here, this is about the time I discovered the slow motion feature on the camera. So yeah, you'll be seeing some slow-mo shots sprinkled across this video. Anyways, most of the airport is technically outside and just covered with a roof, as you see here. The check-in area was by this hut. Check-in for Hawaiian Airlines could be done at the kiosks or at an agent. I decided to give the good old kiosk a go, and in a few clicks, got my boarding pass printed and was on my way. Alright, so checked in now, but I don't want to go in just yet. Let's just walk around outside and see what's here and see if we can find some food. I followed the signs directing towards what I hoped was a cafe, but once I got to the designated area, it seemed everything here was closed. For good. So I made my way back towards the security checkpoint and decided to make my way towards the gates. Didn't really find anything to eat outside, so let's just make our way through security and start our favorite game. Alright, so made it past check-in and security. Now let's check out the airport and play airport or Scareport. Alright, once you're past security, there's a single gift shop where, as you can see, you can get all sorts of Hawaiian stuff. And there's a single newsstand where you can buy books. +1, airport. As you see here, the airport has a very resort-like design. In the courtyard areas, there were a few sculptures. A few other art installations could be found across the terminal. Also, by the gate areas, there were a few art pieces on display made by students. +1, airport. Wi-Fi is available at this airport, and there are several packages to choose from. One of them is a free option, and there's a monthly pass and a weekly pass. The public Wi-Fi does work, so +1, airport. There was a single restaurant here at the airport in Kona, and similar to the airport itself, the restaurant had a very island vibe. There was a decent selection of food available, and the food was alright. For brunch today, I went with a veggie burger and fries. +1, airport. Seating here at the terminal was very unorthodox. The seating areas looked more like park benches than they did regular seats. In the courtyard, there were more places to sit, mostly ledges. Places to charge your electronic devices could also be located once you successfully navigated through the scavenger hunt to find them. Alright, so as you see, very unconventional style seating at this very unconventional style airport. And there's not a lot of seating either, meaning finding a private place to sit down away from all the people is pretty hard. That aside, there are places to charge your electronic devices, but they are very oddly located as well. So for both of those, Scareport ×2. The views to the flights outside were unfortunately not as amazing as I anticipated it to be. +1, Scareport.
There were a limited number of restrooms and hydration stations available across the terminal as well.
+1, airport. Alright guys, so our total tally comes out to 4 for airport and 3 for Scareport, making the Kona International Airport officially an airport.
Boarding was done on time and in zones. After the final boarding pass scan, we walked out towards the runway and got some unobstructed views of this Airbus A321 that would take us to Los Angeles. I then made my way into the aircraft and towards the seat for the evening, seat 38J. The seat on board this Hawaiian A321, although well padded, was incredibly tight. The knee space was minimal, and so was the legroom below. Just as a reference, I'm 5'11", and the seat still felt very tight. The seat back pocket contained the safety information card, a barf bag, and the in-flight magazine. There was a smaller pocket where personal items could be stored as well. The seatback tray on board this Airbus A321 was pretty standard. It could be pulled in closer if necessary. Other features of the seat included a holder for electronic devices, a USB charging outlet, and a recline function. Overhead panels consisted of individual AC vents, individual reading lights, and the call for attendant button. Overall, the cabin did look very aesthetically appealing with the mood lighting and the embroidery on the seats. It looked very modern and slick. We eventually prepared to make our way out of Kona and towards Los Angeles. Shortly after takeoff, the meal service commenced. As you see here, there was a buy-on-board menu with a variety of snacks and alcoholic beverages available for purchase. Aside from this, we were also served a complimentary snack and given a choice of soft drink. The snack was this Hot Pocket style sandwich, which consisted of ham and cheese. Given that I follow a vegetarian diet, I opted not to eat the sandwich. The lavatory on board this Airbus A321 was moderately spacious. Also, similar to the rest of the cabin, it looked aesthetically appealing and not bland. Amenities included an air freshener, soap, toilet seat covers. Fixtures included an AC vent, coat hook, ashtray, power outlet, and a sink that was actually usable in size, and not tiny like on board the Boeing 737s. The entertainment portal could be accessed via the onboard Wi-Fi, and announcements were made during boarding and pre-takeoff that passengers would need to download the Hawaiian Airlines app in order to be able to access the entertainment portal. A modest assortment of Hollywood movies and TV shows were available to stream on board, and there was also music and audio content available to stream as well. There was a flight map available to view as well, and as you can see here, it was fairly basic. Okay, so at this point, about 4 to 5 hours into the flight, I got incredibly uncomfortable. The seat just felt insanely tight. I had no space to move and stretch my legs. I tried every position possible, but just felt cramped overall. Keep in mind, I'm only 5'11", and if you're taller than this, you're gonna feel very cramped. After a few hours of discomfort, I saw the lights outside the window of the coastline underneath us, and I don't think I've ever been this happy to know that a flight was going to be over shortly. We eventually prepared for our approach into LA. Alright guys, so Hawaiian Airlines, we have some stuff to talk about here. The hard product on board was very polarizing because on one hand, the seats were pretty comfortable and the cabin was very well designed and I really liked the aesthetics of the cabin, but the legroom was incredibly tight. As for the soft product, the cabin crew were okay. They weren't super warm or engaging, but they were friendly and they were professional. The other thing is there is a lot of marketing hype done around the fact that Hawaiian Airlines is one of the last airlines to serve an actual meal on board their flights. And to be fair, I don't think this is very accurate, as the meal that was served was essentially a Hot Pocket style sandwich. For a 6-hour flight, I don't particularly think this constitutes as a meal, especially when you consider that most other full-service airlines around the world would serve something like this as one of their snack services, not their meal services. The next thing was that there was no vegetarian option either. The only option they had for the meal was this one single Hot Pocket. There was no way to pre-select a vegetarian option either, which, to be fair, is slightly unfortunate. I personally did not mind this as much as I had a pretty filling lunch before getting on board this flight. But if you do have a trip on board Hawaiian Airlines and you are a vegetarian, just keep in mind that there are no vegetarian food options on board, and it's best to either carry a snack with you or just have a meal before getting on board. Aside from that, the legroom and the seat width was just incredibly tight, and it got very, very uncomfortable. I would very much highly recommend Alaska or Southwest over Hawaiian at all costs. Now, speaking of cost, the cost for Hawaiian Airlines, from what I remember, was actually slightly higher than most of its competitors. And to be honest, at that price point, I definitely cannot justify a recommendation for Hawaiian over any of its competitors, as the value isn't there in the hard product or the soft product. Anyways guys, I'd love to hear from you guys now. What have your experiences been like on board Hawaiian Airlines? Have they been similar to mine? Would you recommend them to someone? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you like content like this, then consider subscribing, as I'll be releasing weekly videos of airlines from around the world. As always, I hope you guys found this video either helpful or entertaining. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.